There are certain things in your life that you are already thinking about when you clicked on this video. There are these hard things, these obstacles that you just can't even begin to face because they daunt you so much. Now, I want to share exactly why you can't do these hard things and also how to just fucking embrace them, how to welcome them. And you will see your self image, your confidence just skyrocket, okay? Forget everything else, like the other benefits, the obvious ones, your physique, your income, your freedom. The main thing that you're going to find when you go through this video is that you will absolutely see yourself as the man, all right? And that bleeds through into so many areas of your life. I've seen it myself, and it's time for you to become fully capable. Okay, there's going to be no more negative self-talk when you implement what I'm going to share with you today. It's genuinely going to change your life. All right, Tim Grover, absolute weapon of a man. All right, everything gets easier when you stop expecting it to be easy. All right, I know that Alex Hormozy talks about this a lot. It's like when you're working, why are you expecting things to be easy? Okay. And I'm going to get onto this soon, but the hardship is where your character is built. We need this hardship. We need this in order to become our best self. Because if you're constantly taking shortcuts, if you're constantly taking the easy way, then who do you think that is building? What character is built that building? That's someone who does the bare minimum. That's someone who's lazy. That's someone who can't handle conflict or these stressful situations, okay? And this is coming from a guy that was nicknamed by his high school teachers Bare Minimum Bill, okay? And I've completely gone against that. I've transformed it, not just to get back at them, but I've become the fucking man, all right? So strap in, guys. Now, this was a hard thing I had to do recently. I had to organize a professional boxing event in less than 10 days, all right? We got the call from the organisers saying they wanted £1 million up front for the event. Now, we'd spoken to this guy for a few weeks and it was all going well. He was like, yeah, we can sort this stadium, we can sort this, all of this is going to be covered. We were just like, brilliant. We were under the impression, well, he said he's going to source the money from somewhere else, from sponsors. We were like, okay, cool, let us know. And then 10 days before the event, he calls us. I remember we were at Jack's place. It was like 6 p.m. and a few of the team were there, myself, Jack, his two coaches. And he said he needs £1 million up front, which is like £23,000. However, look, if we knew this from the start, that would have been fine. We would have been like, okay, we'll allocate the money, let's do this. But 10 days before, we were like, you're fucking kidding. All right, you're a joke. This is shit. And we're not going to work with you. So we took that into our own hands. We knew this was going to be a challenge. Jack was training for a professional boxing fight. So a lot of it came down to me and our good friend Paul. So I've never done anything like this before. Organize a pro boxing event in Thailand. Like, I barely knew where to start. Okay. So we had to organize the stadium, the promotions, to get the fighters together, get the fighters' purses, insurance, staff, ring girls, tickets, selling tickets. How do we sell them? How do we sort the live stream? How do we do catering? And so much more. Okay. It was a big task. All right. And even like an hour before before it was going live, the stream, I was still figuring out how it works. I was with this IT room group team, sorry, and when there's something like a live stream that I have no experience in, it is very difficult to understand how it works when there is also a language barrier. Okay, but we pulled it off. Yes, there was so much self doubt. I was wondering, shit, is this the right call? Should I have done this instead? I was stressed for every single one of those 10 days, and I just had so much work to do. But this is what hardship is. this is what you need in your life, because now I've learned so much from that challenge. All right, I conquered it. So right now you're on a path. You're on a path to building your higher self. You want to become financially free, location free, time freedom. You want to be the best shape of your life. You want to have a killer network. Every obstacle that you come up against is your chance to move closer to that version of yourself. Okay, so we know that the obstacles are the way. All right. So if that's the case, then why are you taking the shortcuts? Why are you avoiding this hardship? All right. Why would you avoid doing what is necessary just because you don't want to do it? All right. You need to embrace hardship. And it's difficult because our brains, from an evolutionary standpoint, seek comfort. All right. We're always like this when we're in tribes. Resources were so scarce. So like, oh, I'm just gonna hold on to my food, hold on to my fat stored, and I'm not gonna risk it. Okay. Your brain will convince you that the things you are doing, all of this stuff, going to the gym daily, eating right, growing that business, starting that podcast, it will tell you that it isn't worth it just because, from an evolutionary standpoint, it seeks comfort. Okay. And you're going to get to this is the process. And I find myself in this a lot. You're starting at level 0. You just have the idea of starting a podcast. And then you get to level 1 and you're like, shit, there's a lot that goes into this. I'm going to pivot. Your brain will say, oh, maybe this isn't for you. Do you really need to start a podcast? Is this something that you want? Like, or who are you to start a podcast? You haven't done anything. You've got nothing to talk about. This is just your brain testing you. This is your brain seeking comfort. This is your higher self giving you this challenge so that you can break through it and become worthy of becoming that higher self. And what you need to do is break this cycle of getting to level 1 and giving up when things get tough, and just constantly getting to level 1 in so many areas, as opposed to getting to level 100 in one area through that hardship. Okay. Now, things don't get easier. Okay. You just become more capable. Like when you're in the gym, 30-kilogram dumbbells always weigh 30 kilograms. They're not going to change. They're going to be hard to lift at the start. And you might get like 1 rep and you might really struggle. And you look over and you see the big guys that are just repping them out. All right. It's demotivating. I know that. Like when I first started at the gym, like the amount of weight when I'd go with the guy I was going to the gym with, the amount of weight we'd have to take off the bench just so I could hit my set was demotivating. It was demoralizing. But over time and through the hardship of training, you start to hit 2 reps, then 3, then 6, then 8. And soon you're just using those 30-kilogram dumbbells as your warm up. Okay. And the thing is, the weights did not get any lighter over time. They're still 30 kilograms. You put them on a weighing scale, they're still 30 kilograms. You just became more capable through that hardship. And all of life is like this. Okay. All of life, business, health, relationships, is all to do with this. It's all just becoming more capable. Okay. And one concept I like is to protect your hardship. Okay. Now, people will say you really don't need to be waking up at 4:15. You don't really need to train every day. It's not optimal. Or you should enjoy the pizza or come out boozing with us. You're working too hard. Just take a holiday, have a day off. Protecting your hardship is a very difficult thing to do. Okay. You need to surround yourself with people who share that same journey, who are also waking up early, who are meeting you at the gym on time, who are sticking to their diets, who aren't having days off. Okay. You need to surround yourself with those people and protect that hardship from other people who will try and bring you off of that path. You need to focus on the right things. Okay. You can't focus on the easy ways, the shortcuts, the hacks, all that sort of stuff. You need to focus on what truly works and then staying consistent with that and also trusting that process. Okay. Yes, you might not get a six pack in the first week of working out. All right. You might still have another 20 kilos to lose before you even get close to seeing abs. But by putting that consistent work in, by protecting your hardship and saying, no, I am sticking to this diet. I am training every day. I am waking up early so I can get my morning run in. And you trust that process, then you will see results. Okay. And also reward milestones. Because when you think, right, I have to lose 20 kilos or I want to earn 50K a month, and then you get like a good amount towards that goal, but you haven't rewarded yourself, then it's like, fuck, it's still so far away. Even if you're doing 15K a month, it's like you need to fucking reward that. You need to acknowledge that hardship that you've been through and fucking pat yourself on the back. If you lost 15 kilos, but you said you were going to lose 25, fucking well done, mate. That's insane. That's so good because you trusted that process, you focused on the right things, and you most likely surrounded yourself with people on that same journey. That's so powerful. And when it comes to the hardship, the greater the hardship, the better the reward. And on another note, sometimes the reward isn't monetary. Sometimes, sometimes you don't even get recognition. When people see, well, sorry, when people don't see the 5 a.m. wake ups, they don't see the runs, they don't see you hit PRs, you do. All right. You know that you are putting in the work, you know that you are overcoming hardship. Doesn't matter about the rewards then. All that matters is that you are building this positive self image. And that is way more valuable than any reward anyone could give you. Doing the hard shit and not telling anyone is such a great way to build your self confidence and prove to yourself what you're made of. Okay. You should be happy with how hard things are because you also know that no one else, well, a very small percentage of people are actually on this path. When things are getting difficult and you're wanting to give up, but you wake up every day, you go for that 5 a.m. run and you stick to that diet and you carry on with your content, even though you're getting 20 views. When you stick on that path, that is such a motivator because you know that all the other people, they give up. They're not about it, but you are living in line with your higher self. Okay? Now, look at this for a frigging diagram and a half. This is my graph of hardship. All right? Now, on the y axis, we have energy required. On the x axis, we have time. So, time goes on, energy required, boom, boom, boom. This is what hardship looks like. Okay? That doesn't go up. Imagine that just goes straight. Okay, I couldn't find the right line. Start off, the energy required is very, very high. Okay, you're working, time's going on, there's still fucking no rewards coming. You're still going. After a while, people are giving up. You know the thing with podcasts, like 99% of people like don't even make it to 10 podcast episodes. Everyone who starts a podcast episode, like 99% of them give up before they hit 10 episodes. That's this point here. A lot of energy, fuck all rewards, okay? Still difficult. And then time goes on and you're still embracing that hardship. You're still putting the work in every single day. And the energy required starts to dip. You get into the habit of it. It becomes easier, okay? And this is where the internal rewards come. This is where that positive self-image comes in, all right? When you can see yourself making that progress, okay? When you can think, fuck yeah, I'm managing this, I'm staying consistent. I've got 40 episodes of my podcast done, all right? And most people can't get past 10. This is great. This builds that positive self-image and the internal rewards come. And then time goes on more. The energy required is just dipping. Things are getting easier. Things are getting easier and easier. And this is where the external rewards come from. This is where your views start going up. You're getting sponsorships, you're getting collaborations, or maybe your abs are coming through, or maybe your business is growing, maybe your income's growing. This is where the external rewards come from. Okay. Think about it. Everyone gives up here. If they just carry on a little bit more, but they never do, because this is the maximum they'll do. They can't get over that the start is always the hardest. The start is always the hardest, okay? So just leave me a comment for how freaking good that graph is. So this is the hardest part. The time, this period that you are currently in is the hardest part. And take hope and motivation from that. Because once you get through this, things get easier. This is where you're not getting the rewards and you're still figuring it out, but you're carrying on anyway. This is brilliant. If you can just stick to it, then you're getting the hardest bit out of the way. All right. Then all the rewards will come. All right. Things will get easier. You become more capable. Okay. So when it comes to introducing hardship, you might be thinking, all right, Bill, you've made a bloody sick graph. You're obviously a professional graph man. But what do I do? These are just a few ways to introduce hardship, okay? That will benefit your life so much. Start boxing this week. I'm saying this week for a reason. I'm not saying start boxing sometime this week. When you watch this video, just as soon as you've finished, as soon as you've left a comment and liked and bloody subscribed and all that jazz, then Google boxing clubs near me. Sign up for a lesson, even if it's just a one-on-one session. Go sign up or go to a group session, whatever it is. The hardship of starting boxing, when it's like as soon as you get through it, you get through this phase of being, and I know this from personal experience, getting punched in the face a lot by people that are better than you. Okay. Energy required, like you're absolutely knackered. You can't seem to get the right combos. You can't seem to get the head movement. You're just getting battered. All right. If you can make it to here, this is where I'm at now. The internal rewards are coming in. Things are getting a bit easier. I'm getting my footwork. I'm knowing how to throw a punch right. All right. And over time, I'm going to get here. I'm going to start to get to the point where I have a professional fight and I fucking win. All right. But for now, the internal rewards will come. You will start to feel yourself more natural. All right. In boxing, you'll just get used to being punched in the face. All right. Wake up 2 hours earlier than usual from tomorrow. Now, yes, this will be difficult. When your alarm goes off, yes, you will want to hit snooze, but prove to yourself who the fuck you are, add some hardship, and get an extra 2 hours work done, or go for a run, or read, whatever it is that's productive, okay? Run daily. Now, if you're like me, you neglected cardio for way too fucking long, all right? If you run daily, you are doing something that you don't like. You are introducing that hardship, okay? And you're doing it every single day. So whenever you finish that run, you're knackered. Your knees are in bits. Your ankles feel like they're shattered. But like I said, with that beautiful graph of mine, that it's always going to be hard to start off with. But do you really think that if you do it every day for 2 months, that it's still going to be as hard to run a 5K? No, it's going to get easier. You're going to become more capable. The 5K, like the 30 kilogram dumbbells, is still going to be 5K, but you're more capable. It's easier to run, takes less time. You're not as knackered at the end, okay? Double your content output. If you're feeling like, "Oh, I'm getting 2 videos done a week," up that to 4, all right? Train in the gym every day. I don't care if it's optimal or not. Like, just train every day. Just give yourself that extra hardship, all right? If it's outside of fitness or content, just set yourself challenges and keep to your word. Even if it's just reading for 30 minutes a day because you want to do that, but you always find excuses. Just set yourself a challenge for the next month. You're going to read 30 pages or 30 minutes a day, whatever it is, and just keep to your word, because when you keep to your word, you build that positive self-image, all right? And finally, starting a side hustle alongside your job. If you're working in a job and you hate it and you just want the remote lifestyle, then just start a side hustle. All right. Yes, like everything, it's going to be hard to start off with. You're going to be figuring things out. You're going to be me when I was organizing that fight. You're going to have self-doubt. You're going to be questioning whether this is the right way, but you keep moving forward, all right? Then the internal rewards come, and then the external rewards come. So, guys, I really hope that this video has inspired you to take on more hardship and to approach it from a different way. Instead of just avoiding it, understand that this is what builds yourself. This is what builds your character, okay? I hope you're having a blessed and grateful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.